I've told you guys everything I've known.
No, we got a dead baby here. And I'm going to tell you right now, baby Riley is baby Grace.
Because I was sick and tired. I knew I had to go to work the next day. I didn't want to put up with any more shit. And that's it.
That's not it.
Yes, that is. I swear to God.
No. No.
You know it's not.
That's even worse than the first story.
Come on, man. What happened?
That's even worse than the first story you gave us.
What happened, brother?
Royce, you got
I don't know what happened.
I'm going to tell you why we got your hair. I'm going to tell you why. You did, or y'all did. Y'all, not just you, y'all.
Yeah, it's not all you.
No, and I'll go with you on that. Y'all, you and her, did a pretty good job of trying to eliminate any and all evidence. But you just didn't quite get there. Okay? And the reason we got your hair, so we can match it to the one in the knot in the second bag. There's 3 bags. Okay? It's not her hair, and it's not Riley's hair. But it looks just like your hair.
Picked her up and then put the bags on her.
Okay, you picked her up?
And let her put the bags around.
Whose belt did y'all use if you did use it on her?
It was my belt.
She was known to the world as Baby Grace, a tiny child, just 2 years old, found inside a blue plastic container washed ashore on a small island in Galveston Bay, Texas. For weeks, her identity was a haunting mystery, with police and the public desperately trying to put a name to her face. Her real name was Riley Ann Sawyers, and the man at the center of what happened to her was Royce Clyde Zeigler. Royce and Kimberly never met in person before 2007. Their connection started online during late-night gaming sessions of World of Warcraft. In those hours, they shared stories, frustrations, and dreams, and the phone calls quickly became constant. For Kimberly, a single mother struggling to make ends meet, she was desperately looking for someone who could take care of her and her daughter. In May 2007, Kimberly decided to take the next step. She invited Royce to Cleveland, Ohio, where she was living with her grandmother and her young daughter, Riley. Royce flew from Houston to Cleveland to meet Kimberly, and for the first time, he came face to face with Riley. Just days into that visit, the pair decided to take a leap that shocked everyone around them. They flew back to Texas. Together, Royce, Kimberly, and little Riley. Within a month of meeting in person, Royce and Kimberly were married. They were supposed to be building a new life together, a fresh start as a family. But the home they shared in Spring, Texas would become the last place Riley would ever live. As the case of Baby Grace exploded across the media, the pressure on Kimberly grew too heavy to bear. She knew the net was closing, and there was nowhere left to run. She was the first to walk into the police station and tell them who Baby Grace really was. And in the interrogation video we covered earlier, Kimberly gave a full statement describing in shocking detail what happened to Riley inside that house in Texas. After that interview, Royce could no longer avoid the truth. And on November 23, 2007, Royce Clyde Zeigler found himself at the police station, ready to give his side of the story.
Sorry about that. I think that one was the torturous one. Sorry, I told you there was no easy way to do it.
Okay, what we're going to do first is I'm going to give you what's known as advise you of your rights. I'm going to give you the rights. And then I'm going to ask you to initial those. And all you're doing is just initialing that you acknowledge that I've given them to you.
Now don't let this scare you because we read them to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, it's just procedure.
And it says it to say I'm under arrest.
Correct. You are not under arrest, as a matter of fact. Are you? We haven't told you you're under arrest.
No, you're not under arrest.
You're not under arrest. Okay, so you moved into Inside. How'd things go there?
It was all right. I mean, we basically went to do stuff, like we went out, I took him out to CC's, went to the Houston Zoo, a few other places. I spent with him on the weekends. During the weekdays, it was just basically I woke up, went to work, and come home, go to sleep.
Did she work anywhere?
No, she never worked anywhere here.
Okay.
I've tried to encourage her to. Most of the things that she does is just play World of Warcraft. You know, I play it with her sometimes when I have a chance, when I'm not too tired from work.
Well, I mean, was the reason when she didn't work, was it considering that what it would cost for childcare versus what she would make working? Was that ever discussed? Or?
One of our main reasons why she didn't get a job was the fear that if she used her social security number, Cheryl would come looking for her.
Before we move forward, it's important to explain who Cheryl Sawyers is. Cheryl is Riley's paternal grandmother, and she played a crucial role in this case. She was the one who recognized Riley from the composite sketch released after the discovery on the island, realizing with horror that the little girl in the drawing might be her missing granddaughter. Cheryl had been worried about Riley's safety for a long time. She had seen the signs that Kimberly struggled with motherhood, and she encouraged her own son, Riley's biological father, to fight for custody, hoping to protect Riley from a situation that felt unstable and unsafe. She tried to step in. She tried to warn others, but in the end, it wasn't enough.
Okay, but
We had a lot of people telling us a lot of information. One, that Robert would be willing to sign away his rights as a father to me on it. Another was Cheryl wanted Riley so bad that she was willing to pay someone to come kidnap Riley.
But, I mean, Kim is the biological mother, right?
Right.
So...
Cheryl has told, from my understanding in the past, try to make him seem like she's a druggie, she's done this and all this in the past, which wasn't true, but I wasn't around for some of those, so I don't know half of it.
How was your relationship with Kimberly? I mean, you were only with her for...
Been alright, it's had its rocky times, and it's had good moments, but...
What caused the rocky times?
This Cheryl. I wanted to stay out of this whole child custody battle. I just basically said, go talk to Gene, your attorney, on this. Let me be on it. I mean, I would ask him to do some of the chores around the house, like organizing the filing cabinets a few times. She's never done it.
What else? What else has been a rocky time?
The one time when I came home from work early, just to surprise Kim, she was in her lingerie, and she was never in her lingerie before. When I came home from work, she was on her laptop in the bed, chatting with someone.
You don't know?
I have a feeling of who it is. There's this guy online that she talks to, gets advice from, etc. That's what she tells me.
Did these arguments, did you have arguments about it?
Yes, sir.
Did they ever turn violent?
No, sir. I never laid a hand on either
I
of
mean,
them.
did she lay a hand on you or anything?
No.
No scratching or no fighting, no physical fighting at all?
No. I made sure they never turned physical.
Yeah.
If they had,
How'd you make sure? How did you make sure it didn't turn physical?
If I was ready to blow up, I would just leave the house and go for a drive or something to cool down.
Do you have any children by any other women?
I will be having my first one with Kim. She is pregnant.
Okay. But you don't have any other children from any other relationships?
No, sir.
How'd you get along with Riley?
We got on good. The only times, like, when I would tell Kim, look, you're going to need to settle her down. And now I would just leave the room.
I know you mentioned it coming down here. She was kind of a rambunctious child, but so...
She was rambunctious. I mean, there would be... One Sunday morning, I was laying on the couch, just watching TV, and she gets up there and jumps on off of the little high chair we have. She climbs up there because she loves climbing. She got up on the top and jumped right on my stomach. I thought that was pretty funny, but hurt also.
Did you ever have to, let me rephrase that. How would Kim discipline Riley?
She's tried to use the corner, and she even tried using the back of her hand for one time.
Okay.
Back of her hand.
Hmm. Just on her butt.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
One instance was she tried to make Riley stand in the corner when I was at work because Kim called me about her being out of control and basically said that every time she puts her into timeout, she keeps running out. So that's when she told me she was using the back of the hand just to try to get her to stay in that corner.
Okay. Have you ever disciplined Riley?
I've made her stand in the corner once,
Okay.
and she knew that she stood there.
You ever spanked her?
No, sir.
Never spanked her.
Not that I remember.
Royce, we've been doing good. We've been doing good so far. Everything's been rock and roll pretty good. Don't lie to us.
I'm not lying to you,
Okay.
sir.
Well, yes, you are. I can tell. I can tell. It's so easy for me to tell that you lied. Just
Hold the
you
hand
just
there.
did.
I've spanked her once, but I only spanked her once, and that was it.
And when was that?
This was back in June. She had taken one of my, because I had brought home these two drawings. One was for her to draw on. One was on my work. And then I told her, hey, take this one into your room to go play with it. This one's mine. This one I gotta use. Laid it out there on the coffee table, making up my markups. She comes in there with her crayons and all that, marking up. I say, no, stop. She goes, no. I go, just go stay in the corner. She goes, no. So I just raised her arm up, hit her once on the butt, and took her into the corner, and that's when she started staying in the corner for me.
Okay. Any other times where you disciplined her?
That was it. The rest of the times I tell her to go stay in the corner.
You never hit her any other times?
No, sir.
When's the last time you saw Riley?
Back on July, the night before Kim called me.
In July?
Yes, sir.
Remember when in July?
It was like a Friday. I came home from work early that day when Kim called me. And basically, when I came home, found the gate was open, the door was wide open, and Kim was on the floor crying near the fireplace
Okay.
with a big bruise on her chest.
Back up just a second. You said Kim called you and you came home from work. What did Kim tell you when she called you?
That a woman from CPS has come and taken Riley.
A woman from CPS.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And come and taken Riley. And you immediately left work?
I left work a little bit afterwards. I was trying to close down my system, and when I have to close down my system, I have to close out this plotter. And it takes about 20 minutes to shut down, and I was trying to close it down ASAP because I'm responsible for that laptop. If I lose that laptop or anything happens, and if I don't take it with me, I could lose my job. So I yanked it out of there as quickly as possible, got in the truck, and came home.
And what happened when you got there?
I got there, I pulled up into the driveway, saw that our front gate was open. Rushed right through, the door was wide open, looked around, saw Kim on the floor crying. Went over there to go check on her and saw that there was this big bruise on her chest.
What, she didn't have a shirt on?
No, she wears these little shirts with the straps right here.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell that there was a bruise right there because it was all purplish.
Okay.
It was like a light purple. So
Okay.
it was just starting to bruise, and I was just thinking, what the hell happened? And she told me that she had a conversation with this CPS worker and telling me that this worker was saying that, accusing that I sexually abused Riley. I never did.
Mhm.
So she was telling me that she was trying to cooperate as fully as she can. So she opened the gate, and then the lady came on through, still talking, then rushed on through and got Riley and pushed her down and left.
Did the lady give her a business card or?
I really don't know.
How did she know she was from CPS?
Kim said that she saw some identification from her,
Okay.
but we all know those could be forged.
Yeah.
My main concern was, okay, well, look, we're going to get Riley back. You need to go talk to Gene, see what's going on. Supposedly, Gene said that can't do nothing until November 27th, the
So she did go talk
Texas
to
courts,
She went
from my
to
understanding.
and
I don't know, I tried to bow it out because after I heard about this sexual abuse thing, I kind of was thinking it would be best for me to lay low on this because I can't have any accusations flying around.
Uh-huh.
And I would never do such a thing. I mean, it's going to hurt my career. There would be no way for me to pay for her lawyers, no way for me to pay for the rent, the utilities. And you know that once people start saying, oh, this guy he abused a child sexually, it gets marked life for him.
Yeah.
So she didn't leave her any type of document or court order or
The
anything?
next thing I know is a few weeks ago, I start seeing this letter.
Where does the letter come from?
Kim, she said she found it.
She found it where?
I don't know, from the storage, because we had taken stuff that moved it to storage.
Taking what and moved it to storage?
Some stuff that we had from the house and moved it to storage because we were going to move in with my parents.
Was this before or after the...
This
CPS?
was 3 weeks prior to us finding out about this baby Grace. We had decided that we were going to move back in with my parents to save some money for the child custody battle.
Uh-huh.
So we get a storage room under my parents, we start packing stuff up and putting it into the storage.
Okay. But how, this was after Riley was taken by CPS?
Right.
Okay. How long after that did you start moving stuff back to storage?
This was back in October.
Okay, so it was in-
moving.
So it was,
Because I was getting ready, November 27th was coming up. I was thinking, okay, all these other paychecks, I could save these $1,000.
right.
And
When did the CPS worker come in?
at the end of July.
The end of July. So then it was in October when y'all decided to move. When in October?
In the middle of October, around the 15th or so.
So how did this baby Grace thing surface with you?
Next thing I know is I'm looking, I get a call from my brother. I just gotten home from work and he told me about this baby Grace thing on TV.
Your brother told you about it?
Because when I come home, I don't watch TV. I just go straight to bed.
Uh-huh.
And it was a Friday afternoon. I had just gotten home, and I just had a hard week because of these new things that I'm having to do with the new role. I'm having to put together these KPIs for the month of October. So I was trying to get that all together. So I came home a little late Friday, and bam, I get hit with this, and I'm just like, wait a second. So I started asking my wife about it. She confirms to me that the CPS, she's up in Ohio. And then now her father and her stepmother have seen Riley with Cheryl
When did they see this?
in October. She just blunts out and tells me. And then basically I asked Mr. Trainer, keep your eyes open. If you see them with Riley, call the police. So he starts following her around, and then just last Saturday he calls me, says that he sees Cheryl buying some baby girl clothes.
When did he call you?
He called me the last time was this Saturday, past Saturday.
To tell you that he saw Cheryl buying little baby girls.
clothes, and he doesn't have a baby. She doesn't have another baby girl.
Mhm.
She has a grandson. The only granddaughter she has is Riley.
Mhm.
So you're saying you talked to Kimberly's father
Yes, sir.
last week,
Yes, sir.
and he tells you this.
I think it's still on my phone. God, I hate these things. I've gone through 3 phones in the last 2 months. 11:20. That should be his number right there. The 440.
440. And that is Kimberly's father. Is she still married to Cheryl? Is he still married to Cheryl?
No, he's not married to Cheryl. Kimberly's father was never married to Cheryl.
Oh, that's okay. Cheryl is
The
Robert's mother. Okay, I got it now.
Were you aware that this document, this letter that you claim was found in some stuff at the storage?
It looked fake to me, but because of what it says on there, it scared the shit out of me. First off, I know they should have put a date on there.
How about if I told you that I'm not thoroughly convinced that what you're telling us is true?
Detectives had been patient with Royce, letting him spin his version of the story, but they're done playing along. They know from Kimberly's earlier statement that the CPS letter wasn't real. It wasn't from Child Protective Services at all. Kimberly wrote it, but it was Royce who came up with the plan. What Royce doesn't realize is that Kimberly has already told him everything. A full statement with details only someone inside the home could know. They've let him talk long enough, hoping he might trip over his own lies. But now the tone in the room changes. The patience is gone. It's time for answers.
Now, as Sergeant Burroughs alluded to a little while ago, we've been doing this a long time.
Right.
Okay. And we have some problems here. And you need to understand that sometimes we're going to ask you questions that we already know the answers to.
Right.
Okay? And we're going to see what your response is to this. Now, several things have happened that people in your own family have recognized that are not normal. Your mother, your father, and your brother, along with others, as to some of your activities. Now, explain to me that if you are going to help her with this child custody thing to try to retrieve Riley, why would you remove every single thing in your residence that's remotely connected to that child and throw it away?
That would be something you need to ask him.
I'm not asking Kim, I'm asking you. That's your house.
I asked him to pack up the house and put what we need to put in storage. She did most of the work on packing up stuff while I was at work.
Okay. So you're saying that all the baby stuff is in storage somewhere then?
It's either in storage or you need to ask him because I don't know what happened to it.
Did you go to the storage?
I've went to storage once.
What'd you put in
sorry, twice. Oh, one time I went there to go drop off some items, just to put it in there, and to see how much room we have, because I was thinking about moving the furniture in there. The second time I went in there was because I needed to get something out of storage that Kim put in one of my files that was in storage that I needed badly. So I had her come with me to the storage, pull it out real quick, and we left.
Have you talked to the media about this case?
I've made a mistake in telling some facts that I know to ABC, but I wanted them to go away.
And what did you tell them?
I just told them, look, we're just fighting a custody battle case. I would rather you guys just leave us alone. You know, there was yes, because they already knew that there was a letter. They knew there's some other stuff. I just said, yes, okay, that's true, but you need to, I don't want to put my name out there because I didn't want them spamming this sexual abuse stuff on TV with my name.
Where do you shop at when you go shopping?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Walmart. Best
Walmart.
Buy.
You go to Walmart pretty regular?
Just once every couple of months.
Which Walmart?
The one on Spring Cypress and 249. Sometimes the one also on Kirkendall and 2920.
Are you aware that they document every transaction?
Yes, sir.
Cash or credit?
Yes, sir.
And video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I used to work at Walmart as a cashier, so I know they documented everything.
Yeah. There are some problems. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And here's it, Royce, this is where it's getting really serious. Okay? We're going to give you an opportunity to correct the errors that you have made. Okay? And I suggest highly that you correct those errors. Because remember, what Lieutenant Hansen told you, a lot of the questions that we ask, we already know the answer to.
Right.
There's lots of things that have been told to us that you don't have a clue about.
Right.
All right. Basically, sitting in this room right here is about 60 plus years of law enforcement experience.
Yes, sir.
We've interviewed thousands of people, okay? Thousands of people. Thousands of people just like yourself, okay? We know when people are making errors,
Right.
okay? You're going to have an opportunity, and you need to get it square, because what you're telling us ain't cutting it.
Do you believe that baby Grace is actually baby Riley?
I really don't know, officer.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I wish I did.
Royce.
Do you think that child abuse and the killing of a child is serious?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the average citizen or juror, for 12 persons sitting on a jury, take those type of crimes lightly in a court of law?
No, they don't take
No,
it
they
to court.
no, they don't. No, they don't. Okay? Now, when someone is involved in one of these type of crimes, most of the time, and in fact just about every time, they're not done, there wasn't a plot or a scheme or a scam or this heinous thing to kill this child.
Right.
It just happens. Things get out of hand, people get out of hand, tempers get out of hand, sometimes there's drugs, alcohol involved, but things get out of hand, and next thing you know, something's happened, and people, it's happened.
Royce.
You see where we're going with this?
You need to tell us what really happened.
I told you what happened.
Royce.
I did not harm Riley to kill her. I never did that.
Well, I don't believe you intended to. I really don't.
No,
I
I
really don't
agree with
believe
that.
it. I do not believe you intended to.
Are we insinuating I'm a suspect here?
Let's
You
just
tell
say that, how about this?
I didn't.
Let's go back to Walmart. How are you going to explain? How are you going to explain? When we'll have them here shortly. The records from Walmart where you and her at the same time, independently in two separate baskets, purchased, and in fact the same checker checked her out and then closed hers and wound up checking you out, buying the Sterilite blue plastic tub, the garbage bags, and so on, so on, and so on. We getting warm here?
Those were just.
Do you not understand what I'm telling you, son?
I understand what you're telling me, sir,
Right.
but
You're fixing to get in way, way, way over your head.
What I'm trying to get at is, you need to show some remorse and get straight.
Yes.
I am sure.
You're burying yourself. You're burying yourself. Okay? I'm in here, you know, I thought we had a pretty good talk on the way down here on the way down here when we come down here, but you know, if you want any help from me, you're gonna have to come up with the truth.
You know,
You're gonna have to come up with the truth. Because I'm gonna tell you, Royce, it's not gonna look good if you continue to sit here.
here's what's going to happen. Listen to me. You by your actions and things that you have done and said, have placed your family, and I'm not talking about Kimberly, the rest of your family, right square in the middle of this. They recognize what's going on. Your dad recognizes it because he's had issues about things, the stories changing about what's happened and what happened supposedly to baby Riley. Your mother has recognized things, and even your brother has had a confrontation with you about this. Now, these aren't people that can say, I plead the fifth and I don't want to talk about it. They're going to have to talk to us either in a room like this or before the grand jury. Okay? In fact, they're on their way down here right now. You aware of that? Your mother, your father, and your brother are on the way right now. And they can't say, I plead the fifth, I want an attorney, because that doesn't work for them.
Right.
Okay? They're going to have to tell us everything that they know and everything that they have seen that has occurred. And they are very clear to the fact of your story and everything that you all have conjured up about what happened to baby Riley is total, absolute fabrication. All the way down to the bogus letter. Okay? All the way down there. We're on to this. Now, we know that you watch CSI and all that stuff, but you're just not quite there yet, buddy.
I'm not.
You're not quite there yet.
Right.
Now, do you want to try to work this out as best possible, or do you want to be looked at as some type of
Cold-blooded killer.
cold-blooded monster that don't give a damn what he did?
I've told you guys everything I've known.
No, we got a dead baby here. And I'm going to tell you right now, baby Riley is baby Grace. Read my lips. I know that, and you know that.
I don't know that.
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
you do.
No, I don't.
Royce.
Come
I
on,
swear to
man.
God, I do not know that.
Royce.
I swear to God.
Well, I'm going to tell you what we're fixing to do here. You know what's fixing to happen here. We're fixing to run some search warrants on your house. Your mother's house is being done as we speak. Okay? All that's in motion. Okay? And we've already collected some evidence to clearly resolve this in a relatively quick fashion. Okay? And I'll tell you right now, no, Kimberly is not going home. Kimberly's going to jail. Okay? Now, you're not going to be far behind her. But how we handle this and what you're charged with is going to be up to you and how you want this to go. Okay? Now, when you start talking about injury to a child,
Yes, sir.
tampering with evidence, and all these other things, this could be an endless stack of shit for you.
Right up through and including capital murder.
Or we could try to handle this accordingly and talk about shit happened. Shit went south that day. Let's talk about Riley. Riley had a discipline problem, did she not?
Yes.
She had a
I
discipline
wasn't
problem.
there that day.
What is that day? What is that day?
The day that, the 29th of July, I was not there. I swear to God, I could give you my timesheets. It would prove it.
That's because the 29th means nothing to us. The 24th, 29th was too late, wasn't it?
What day did you take off sick?
I took off sick like a Wednesday.
That's right. And you took off sick that day.
You're right.
That's right. And you stayed home that day.
And I was in bed the entire time.
It's not going to wash, buddy. We're going to be able to prove otherwise.
You just don't get, you don't understand. You don't understand. Okay?
I do understand.
No,
Oh, you don't.
how about let's put it to you this way. Look at me.
How would we know about you taking off sick?
I know you call my work. I know you guys know my work schedule already. I know you guys know where I buy my shoes. I know where you guys know where I get my clothes, where I get my haircuts done.
See, I don't think you're a bad guy. I really don't.
No, you're
I
not a bad
think
guy.
something went wrong. Something went wrong, and you snapped. And I don't know what it
Why
was.
does it have to be me, Snap?
What happened?
Why are you guys
Then
saying
what
it's
happened?
me?
Then
What
what
happened?
happened? Did she do it? Tell us about it.
Hey, if she did it, tell us she did it.
What happened? If she did it, tell us your side of the story. What happened to that child on July 24th, the day you were off? What happened? Are you saying that Kimberly did it? Tell us about it. Remember what I told you at the beginning of this? We're just as responsible to hear your side of the story and collect it. Okay? If you're saying you didn't do it and she did it, then what happened? But somewhere down the pipe, on that day, that baby come out of that house dead. We know that. July 24th was the last day that child lived on this earth.
So you tell us how it happened.
So what happened?
I wasn't there. I swear to God.
Tell us what you know then.
What do you know happened? What do you say happened?
I wasn't there.
Tell us what you know.
That morning, I wasn't feeling well. I didn't feel like putting up with crap. So I went out for a drive, and that's it.
And then?
I came home later on that evening. Kim needed me to go get some supplies.
Okay.
So, okay, I just said, make a list, and we'll go. And I said, okay, where's Riley? She goes, Riley's asleep. It's okay. We could be right back. It won't take us long. So we go to Walmart, take the list, and that's it.
That's not it.
I come home. Basically, I'm just fed up and tired. I gave her all her stuff, and I just crawled right into bed. Because I was sick and tired. I knew I had to go to work the next day. I didn't want to put up with any more shit. And that's it.
That's not it.
Yes, that is. I
Okay.
swear to God.
No. No.
You know it's not
That's
it.
even worse than the first story.
Come on, man. What happened?
That's even worse than the first story you gave us.
What happened, brother?
Royce, you got
I don't know what happened. I swear to God.
Yes, you do, Royce.
Then
I was not there.
That baby was in your storage building for 2 months in that box?
I was not there. I do not know.
You didn't know that baby was dead in that storeroom for 2 months?
I did not know what the hell happened. I did not know anything was going on.
But
All
you knew
I
the baby
did
was in that storeroom dead.
No, I did not. I swear to God.
Royce, look.
You know, parents, everyone realizes what's happened here. No one wants to make you the bad guy here. But you're not helping yourself by coming up with these stories
I'm not.
that are very contradictory to everything else that's being said.
Royce, did you? All right, wait. You say you started to say you're not coming up with stories when in fact you are. Are you not?
Kim is the one who told me about the CPS deal. I swear to God.
Okay.
You know, you told me in the truck coming down here. You told me in the truck that you were having a lot of problems, stomach problems, stress, so forth and so on. Do you realize why you're having all this stomach problems and all this stress?
I've been having stress for many, many months before.
That's exactly right. That's exactly you've been having stress and stomach problems and stuff for many, many months. You know why? You know why?
Why?
Because you're keeping it right there. You're keeping it right there. You've got to let it out, son.
It's going to eat you alive.
It's going to eat you alive. You know what's going to happen next? If you don't tell somebody about it, you told me in the truck that the doctor almost prescribed you antidepressants. You know why? Because you're keeping it right there.
Are you Catholic?
Yes, sir.
You're keeping it right there. Do you believe in heaven?
Yes, sir.
You believe in hell?
Yes, sir.
You believe in God?
Do you believe in forgiveness?
Yes, sir.
You have to ask for forgiveness. You're holding it all in. You're keeping it all back. You're not getting any forgiveness until you let it out.
Look, we know that Riley was a problem. We know there was problems with Riley before you ever came into her life. Okay? We also know that Kim had a problem disciplining Riley. Did she not?
She didn't want to discipline her,
She didn't want to discipline her. Was there not an incident where y'all went to a real estate office and Riley was acting so bad that the people at the real estate office said something to you about it?
Mm-hmm.
You told me about that in that truck, didn't you?
And the guy even called me on the phone. He told me that I should just divorce her and get her out of my life.
But the point is that there were some problems with Riley. Riley was a problem child, no doubt. And here you are trying to make a better life for this girl that I assume you love. And with her came this child. And you're trying to teach this child some discipline.
I love them both. I did not try.
I believe
I've
that.
only done it once. I swear. I only spanked her once.
I believe you only spanked her once, yeah. Right, Royce. You're almost there, son. You're almost there. I can see it in your eyes. I can see you want to tell somebody about it. You really do.
But you're going to have to get straight. Number one, dealing with us is the least of your concerns. It's what's going to happen later of the people that are going to see how this interview went. And the man above, he doesn't need to watch a videotape.
He knows what happened.
I know.
He knows. And so,
But I'm
getting
telling
your
you
soul
the truth
straight.
right now. I was not there. I did not see a thing. What happened.
Do you think you're condemned at this point?
I think shit. This whole
you watch you watch all the CSI shows and stuff?
no, Kim watches the most. Only ones I watched was Law and Order Special Victims, and that was it.
Okay.
But I never really had time to watch it. I swear.
So you're aware of
I'm a workaholic. I don't get to watch
Why do you
TV.
think? Let me ask you a question. Why do you think we took your hair?
I don't know, DNA.
I'm gonna tell you why we got your hair. I'm gonna tell you why. You did or y'all did. Y'all, not just you, y'all.
Yeah, it's not all you.
No, and I'll go with you on that. Y'all, you and her, did a pretty good job of trying to eliminate any and all evidence. But you just didn't quite get there. Okay? And the reason we got your hair, so we can match it to the one in the knot in the second bag. There's 3 bags. Okay? It's not her hair, and it's not Riley's hair. But it looks just like your hair. When it comes back from the lab, which it's going to, because I know that, and you know that, you're going to have a hard time explaining to anybody in the world, let me finish, how a hair off your head wound up in the knot of that bag which that child was buried in. And then when we start showing the Walmart tapes and the receipts from Walmart of all the other stuff that was bought, like the bleach.
When you did CPR on Riley, did you get any response at all?
I didn't do any CPR.
You didn't?
No.
No, we here.
I swear, I never did.
You swear a lot.
I think I'm gonna need a lawyer. Because I'm trying to tell you guys, but you just want to keep insinuating I did it.
Well, we said
y'all.
y'all.
Are you saying you want to talk to a lawyer first? Or you want to keep
This
talking?
is not going to go away.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on it going away.
Are you wanting to stop the interview and talk to a lawyer?
I think I should talk to an attorney.
Okay, so you're saying you want a lawyer. You want to discontinue the interview? Is that what you want to do?
I think I need to speak to an attorney to
Okay.
see my legal rights.
Okay, so you want to invoke your rights. We're going to show the time is 12:46.
The very next day, Royce finds himself back in the interrogation room. During his interview, he denied everything, trying to keep his story clean. But now he wants to talk. He's desperate for a change of cell, complaining about being in a suicide watch cell, saying he's claustrophobic, that he's going to start banging his head against the wall if they don't move him. And once he gets that off his chest, he's ready to share his side of the story, painting himself as a man caught in the middle, claiming Kimberly had done far more than she ever admitted.
My name is Mike Berry, Sergeant with the Criminal Investigation Division of the Galveston County Sheriff's Office, also present in the room.
Lieutenant Tommy Hanson, Galveston County Sheriff's Office.
Dottie Gay, Special Agent FBI.
And also for the record, would you please identify yourself by name and date of birth?
Royce Zeigler, 42083.
Okay. Royce, before we go into any questions that you have or any discussion, we are going to, first of all, advise you of your rights, but I want to ask one thing. Have you changed your mind about talking to us and or asking us some questions?
Yes.
Okay, so you are here voluntarily.
Yes.
Did you request this meeting?
Yes.
Okay. What else was it that you wanted to talk to us about?
The night beforehand,
The night beforehand, what?
there was an argument between me and Kim. I basically was giving Kim an ultimatum to fix the entire problem because I was sick and tired of going out in public and Riley was running amok.
So when you're saying the night before, you're talking about the night before Riley was killed? Is that what you're talking about?
The night before, I told Kim, look, I can't stand this anymore. I can't take it. And I'd rather just pack my bags and leave, and I'll give you the house, and I'll basically give you money every month, but I cannot deal with this situation.
What situation?
The situation with Riley always causing trouble on the when we go out in public, and then the whole custody issue with Cheryl. She was draining it down my neck, and my mom was basically on my case about, well, Riley needs discipline. I mean, I was basically getting it from everybody, even this realtor. I mean, he was telling me I should divorce Kim.
Okay. So let me clarify something. What you're saying is the night before what? The night before what, Royce?
That Tuesday before. Things.
What things, Royce?
The accident.
Dude, let me tell you something. You want to get this off your chest. I know you do. It's written all over your face, your demeanor. I mean, you're there.
Let me ask you something. What will happen to me? What charges will I come up on?
All right. Right now, you're being charged with injury to a child and tampering with physical evidence.
Right.
Okay? Is there a possibility that the charge can be raised on both you and Kimberly? Yes, the possibility is there. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
What's the charges on Kim?
Same thing as yours.
Identical to yours.
Y'all both have the same identical
Same.
charges and the same bonds.
Same bond, same everything. She's in jail on the same exact thing you are.
But
So
listen, there's always three sides to a story. There's yours, there's hers, and then there's the truth right down the middle.
So,
And accidents happen.
Royce, we know it was an accident. We know it. We know it was. You can tell us because we know already,
Look,
okay?
the Tuesday night before what happened, you know, I basically gone to Kim, gave her the ultimatum. I was basically more leaning on just leaving. That was my goal. I was just going to leave. But she didn't want it, so I stuck around for her that night. I was like, all right, fine, I'll just go to bed. Next morning, woke up, I wasn't feeling so well, so I stayed home from work that day. And Kim and Riley woke up and they went out to do some errands. They came back, next thing I know, I hear screaming.
what time of the day was this? Do you remember?
I was still in bed, I was groggy, I had just taken like NyQuil just to
Feel better.
feel better.
Yeah.
I was nauseated like hell that day. I mean, I couldn't, and I just stood in bed. And the rule that we made in the house is when Kim gets on to Riley or something, I'm not to be in the room, because that way for Riley and Kim
She
to
gets
grow that
respect from her
bond.
mom, sure.
And that's the way it's always been. And next thing I know, Kim, I'm hearing standing in the corner, you know, and I'm just leaving it at that, and I'm falling back in and out of sleep that day.
So she was trying to put her in what, timeout basically?
Mhm.
Inside the house there, when y'all say she would put her in the corner, in what room is that going to be? Is that going to be in the living
In her
room?
room.
In her bedroom?
And Riley's room.
In Riley's room? Okay.
Near the closet and the window, there's a corner.
Okay.
And usually I just put a chair there and make Riley sit there for about 5 minutes, and that's it.
Yeah.
But the case that Kim has is she sits her down in that chair or make her stand in that corner. And then as soon as Kim turns her back, she runs out. So, you know, after some time, Kim reverted to the spanking approach. And all that started helping.
It did start helping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't have to do much, but one day when Cheryl called the week prior, I mean, for some reason, Riley heard Cheryl's voice and started yelling, "Grandma."
And for clarification, Cheryl is going to be Riley's natural father, Rob's mother.
Right.
Is that correct? So it's going to be
A lot
Kim's
of
ex-mother-in-law.
The problems we've had is because of Cheryl.
Okay.
The problems that you and Kim have had is because of Cheryl? Okay.
I mean, I couldn't stand these court dates. I mean, I couldn't pay for flights going back and forth to
You spent a lot of
Ohio.
money bringing her back and forth, didn't you?
And I've always been just tired. I've always been working and coming home and sleeping, coming home and sleeping. And that day I just didn't feel good. I just wanted to crawl up into the bed and just stay there. You know, I keep hearing all this yelling and I try covering up my head with the pillows and all that. And so basically I just go outside for a little bit and I come back in. And next thing I know, I'm hearing Royce. I go over there and perform CPR on her. And I start saying, look, I have a friend, well, let's take her to the ER. She wanted to do it, but she was scared. So I told her, look, I could take her to a friend's house and have the friend take her to the ER. But by the time the decision was made, it was too late.
What time was that?
I don't know.
I mean, was it afternoon, morning,
It was in
night?
the afternoon, evening.
Okay. But you never took Riley to the friend?
I was ready to,
Right.
about to, but I was trying my hardest with the CPR.
Is this friend a paramedic or policeman or nurse or?
No, I was just going to take it to one of my friends and have them drive Riley to the ER.
Was she breathing? Or she stopped breathing?
She stopped breathing. I performed CPR, but when I got there, she wasn't breathing.
Where was this in the house?
The living room.
What did you do then?
I picked her up and I put her in the bathtub, and then I kind of just freaked out and then just waited around for a little bit, and I was contemplating calling the police at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did you and her discuss this of calling the police?
the thing is, I was afraid of what would happen. First off, at that time, there was a case that just happened where this mother left her daughter with her boyfriend, and then he went to jail. And then there was the other factor, I didn't want Kim getting into trouble. I couldn't take it.
Do you love Kim?
I love her.
You just about anything for her, wouldn't you?
I mean, last weekend I was ready to die for her. And I took the pills, but all they did was knock me up for an entire day.
So then what happened? After you put her in the tub and you contemplated calling the police and...
I kind of just had an episode and blacked out, and then later on, just went to Walmart. I was respecting Kim's wishes by giving her a proper barrel.
Okay. Okay. What did you buy at Walmart?
I don't remember.
Well, you do remember.
She bought the container. I don't know. I know I got a chain because I was going to use the chain for my truck to take care of something on that.
Okay.
But
It's okay. It's all right.
You're doing a good job.
gloves and that, I can't remember what else.
Okay. And
I was a nervous wreck. I couldn't
I'm sure you were.
concentrate.
I'm sure you were. We can kind of go back to that, but after y'all left Walmart, what'd you do?
Went back to the house. I told her to go clean up Riley, and
Did she clean her up? How'd she clean up Riley?
she went into the bathroom and just closed the door. I couldn't bear seeing it because I was going to puke.
Okay. So you don't know how she was cleaned per se, but how did she get dressed?
Kim picked out the clothes and put them on her. I helped. She just
It's okay, man.
Picked her up and then put the bags on her.
Okay, you picked her up?
And let her put the bags around.
Okay. And when you did this, when you picked her up and she put the bags around her, were both of y'all wearing gloves?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then who tied the knot? Did you tie the knot?
I really don't. I can't remember.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. And then, do you remember how many bags she was put in? Because you know, obviously, we know how many bags there were there.
At first, I was thinking 2, but everything was such a rush. I can't really remember.
Okay. It was at least 2? Could it have been 4?
I don't know.
Okay.
It could have been.
Okay.
I can't remember because I tried blocking it out as best as I can.
Mm-hmm. Terrible sight, isn't it?
I couldn't stand looking at it.
Then how'd she get into the blue Foot Locker container?
The bags were already in the container.
Okay. So you put her in the bags that were already in the container, and then whoever tied the knots, and y'all closed the container. Is that correct? Okay. And then, did the container stay in the bathroom?
For a little while. And then, there was moments when I just was ready to call the police and just come search this house.
Sure.
Did you put anything else in the, or either of y'all put anything else in the box with her?
Not that I remember.
Any bricks or weights or anything like that?
No, I don't remember.
Well, you,
I think I drilled a little hole for water and that was it.
you remember where you drilled that hole?
No.
Well, what about the ready-mix concrete? How'd that get in there?
I really don't know. I mean, I know I had bought some before, but
Okay. Okay.
that,
Royce, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. How long? Okay, so she stayed in the bathroom for a little while. What's a little while? Hours, minutes, days?
it was before sun. It was just an hour or 2. That was it.
And then where'd the container go from there?
Into the storage, and then I basically told her, look, this is your mess. You need to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with the stress.
Okay.
And let her figure it out. That's where I left it from there.
Okay. And how long from the time that, did you put her in the storage? I mean, did you put the container in the storage room and close the door?
No, I couldn't because I can't even lift that heavy.
Okay,
My shoulder prevents me from lifting anything heavy.
I see. So who put her in the storage room?
Kim had too. It had the wheels on it.
Okay. And then how long did she stay there?
I don't remember. All I remember is I told Kim to figure out what to do.
Okay. At what point did y'all take it out to a dirt road and try to bury it? How long from the time that she passed away until the time that y'all went out to dig the hole?
I think like the next night or so.
Okay.
And that's what she decided, and then I didn't feel comfortable doing it.
Okay.
So I basically just left it at that. And then let her think about it and wait and decide.
And then when did y'all come to Galveston? From that point?
About 2 or 3 weeks.
After the night of trying to dig the hole? Okay. And where did y'all go?
She was driving,
Right?
and she just drove up.
Yeah,
to
you
a
remember
dirt
the
road.
highway cameras?
Mhm.
Yeah, she was driving, that's right. But where did y'all go?
I don't remember. I was passing out that night because I can't. After that whole incident, I just couldn't stand anything. So she just drove wherever and then parked it.
She just drove wherever and parked it? Okay. Do you know how baby Riley got into the water?
She told me to go get it out, and I took it out and dumped it into the water.
Okay. Now, about this letter, that was drafted from the supposedly from the Ohio CPS. How did y'all get that form? Was it like the letterhead? Did that come off of the internet?
I don't know. She made it.
Oh, she made that. You didn't really know anything about that?
She had the laptop and she made it, and then I get a call from her one day about it, and I was like, what? And she just was like, I took it over to Jean. I'm like,
Who's Jean?
her lawyer, her child
Oh, okay.
custody lawyer.
Oh, Miss Meek. Okay.
This is where you were last night in Alvin.
I went over to Allen to Sickler's office.
We saw it. We saw you go to the police officer. Saw you go to the lawyers and walk around
I went
outside.
to the police station because I
And you walked around out
didn't know
around the
where
corner
Kim was.
at the lawyer's office.
Mhm.
There's cameras all over. We saw you walking around and everything, trying to look in the windows and all that. So
Well, I didn't know where Kim was. She hadn't called me all that
you
day.
told me all that too. Actually.
So I went to Alvin to look for her.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, she's 19. She's defenseless.
Now, how old are you, Royce?
24.
You graduated in 02? Okay. Okay.
Let's go back a little bit to the night that y'all stopped on the railroad bridge, and how far out on the bridge did you walk with the box before you threw it over?
I don't remember, but it was a little bit.
Okay.
So this is going to raise my charges, right?
No, it's not changing anything.
It's not, no, you're not gonna walk out of this room with a higher charge. No, the charges are gonna stay as they are right now. But they took DNA samples from you yesterday or this morning, is that correct? We've got to confirm through DNA that is Riley, okay, which we feel very strongly that it is. Now, the case will be presented to a Galveston County grand jury at some point down the road. If that grand jury decides, based on the facts and information and evidence, that there's enough to indict you guys on these charges or additional charges, they will do that. We, just like the lieutenant said, we just present the facts. That's all we do. We are fact finders, and that's it.
But as far as today, nothing changes.
Nothing changes today. No, sir.
Nothing
No.
at all is going to change. Nothing at all. Well, you want to talk to us, and we're just trying to get a clearer picture for your side of the story. But when you walk out here today, there's not one thing going to change. So that's not going to happen. We're not, nothing at all. So.
We talked a long time last night driving here, and I saw what kind of person you are. I know that you're a good person. Especially after speaking to your mom and your dad and your brother, I don't know. I haven't got to talk to Kim. I don't know. But what I'm scared is that maybe she's pushed you trying to protect her. She's maybe manipulated you somewhat. And you told me last night, you said if she wasn't pregnant, you'd be getting divorced. And that made me think a lot, because it made me think that you see all the things that are happening and how you've been kind of pushed somewhat into doing things that you wouldn't normally do. I know that that you wouldn't be in law enforcement. I know that your upbringing, because you got some fine parents and a fine family as well as yourself. I thought and thinking about it all night. And something I want to ask you. I hope it doesn't hurt you, but if I were to tell you that, just were to say by chance that she's not pregnant, does that change anything right now? If she might have told us that she wasn't pregnant, maybe she was using that to coerce you, to play on your feelings and your love for her.
Probably it'd make me upset if she
Wow.
wasn't pregnant.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
she's been telling me since August that she's pregnant.
Did you see the test?
We took one test. I bought it. She went into the bathroom with it, and it came out looking like it was pregnant.
Okay.
And I told her to go to Dr. Spafford to go.
Physically, has she shown any signs of being pregnant?
Uh, she acted like she had morning sickness. I mean, originally all I wanted to do was protect them. Bring them down here, get them away from Cheryl, get them away from
That environment up there.
And the thing is, it's not my nature to hurt children. I never planned on it, and I wasn't in the room the day when all that stuff was going on. I was trying to avoid it because of the ground rules we set in the house before.
Do you remember your mom even saying at one point that, and obviously Riley had some control issues?
She was always constantly bugging me about that, and when she did, I took it.
Who was, Mom?
My mom. She, the realtor people that I know, friends, I mean, they've all told me about these issues. They see it right there, and I get on Kim about it and tell Kim, look, you need to take care of this, because, all these people are saying all this.
Was it worse than the normal terrible twos? Have you ever heard of the terrible twos?
I have taken care of my nephew, Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
He was 2 to 3 before him and his mom and dad went to Egypt on a project.
But do you remember the time when your mom noticed the black and blue marks on Riley's buttocks and your mom said, "That's enough"? I mean, do you remember that? Okay. Okay. Yeah. She didn't want to see any more of that. I mean,
I didn't want to see any more of that.
yeah.
I mean, I only used my hand on Riley. I told Kim, look, if you're not going to be firm with your hand, slightly tap with the belt, and that's it.
How'd your daddy whip you when you were younger?
A belt.
Yeah. What about your mama?
Uh,
Anything she can get her hands on?
she would just tell my dad.
That's exactly the same thing.
Tell that girl.
Yep.
Did you ever have to go get your own switch?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was the worst part about it.
Whose belt did y'all use, and if you did use it on her?
It was my belt. Kim
Describe
just
it.
took one of my belts off. It was a brown and black belt. It was a little thin leather. Shouldn't have done much harm, but
What about the woven belt? There was a black one that was, you know how it's woven? Do you remember that one?
yeah, but that one should have never been used.
Okay.
That was one of my work belts I always wore with my jeans.
Okay. Now, your main office is in where you work?
Stafford.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be terminated Monday.
Well, how long have you worked for them?
6 months.
And what kind of work do you do there?
Project scheduler.
Contract scheduling?
Project scheduler.
Okay.
High stress.
What is the number at the Stafford office?
281.
Okay.
So you gotta call Monday and let them know that I'm not gonna be coming to work.
Mm-mm. How do you spell
HTER, I believe.
Okay. No, we're not going to call him and tell him you're in jail. No. I will tell you this, though, Royce, and this is my concern, obviously for the publicity that's been going on about baby Riley or baby Grace. If you are put in general population and word gets out that you are responsible for or participated in the thing with baby Grace, You don't want to be in general population.
I can't stand being in isolation room, no.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you.
We're gonna have to try to find an alternative.
And now we have a name to put with it. Is baby Grace in fact Riley Ann Sawyers?
Yes. Well, I haven't seen the body, but...
Excuse me?
I haven't seen the body, so I would have to say pretty much so.
Okay.
What did you think when you saw in the news that the box and this baby had been recovered?
I felt a little bit of relief that it was found.
I bet. You went through about 3 months of hell there, didn't you? And then after that phase of being relieved that she had been found, then you had to deal with the worry about people knowing who she was. Had you been monitoring in the news and reading the stories? And
I just read some of the news stories.
had you and Kim talked about it?
I told her that she probably should call and leave a tip. I mean, I would have, but I thought it would have been best if she had done it.
Why?
Just for the fact is of what everything that happened. And I think it would have been best if she had called and left a tip.
Do you know how she died?
I wasn't even in the room. All I remember is I heard my name called out that day. I ran in there, saw Riley on the floor, purple.
In what floor?
On the floor in the living room.
In the family room?
And I started CPR ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was suggesting, look, we probably should get her to the ER. I'll take her to a friend's house and let them take her to the ER if it makes you feel better. And then I continued on with the CPR. By the time the decision was done, it was too late.
Do you remember Kim sitting on the couch and then you handing baby Riley to her when she was sitting on the couch and Kim held her? You remember that? Yeah.
Had she passed already then, or did she die then?
She already passed. When I got in there, she was already on the floor, not breathing, purple.
Was there any blood?
Not that I could tell.
The night that y'all drove and dug the hole, and then the night that y'all drove to Galveston, why did you turn your cell phone off? I mean, come on, be honest, buddy. Come on.
I didn't want to have my cell phone with me, so I really just turned it off because I couldn't even face the fact if someone called, I probably would have just broke right there.
Yeah.
Now, I want to go back because I'm still confused about the time she stayed at your house. The length of time. You're saying not very long, but even in talking to your mother last night, even she confirmed that she had gone over there and that there had been conversation about the smell. And that was sometime after that.
The smell in the house. Before we had moved into the house, we had this bad smelling problem of ammonia in the house. And it just accumulated. It was making me sick. It was making Riley sick. It was making Kim sick. I mean, we were constantly always sick in that house.
Can you explain to me how baby Grace wound up with bleach in her?
When Kim
Or
was
baby Riley?
she closed the door and I just left. I couldn't even stand it because I was going to puke.
Well, that doesn't answer my question. She had bleach inside of her body. Do you know how that got there?
Royce, come on.
I'm telling you the truth, I don't know. I know that Kim got the bleach to clean her body with. And that's...
Straight with me, please.
I am being straight with you. Basically, that day, when we got back, Riley was already in the bathtub. Kim went into the bathroom. to do what she was going to do. And I couldn't even stand it. My heart was pounding. I was nauseated. I couldn't stand it. I mean, I already had thought about taking a gun and just blowing my own brains out because of what had happened.
What was the purpose of the bleach?
She wanted the bleach to basically clean the body with.
Our main concern has always been the identity of baby Grace. And we knew that once we identified baby Grace, we would know what happened. And that's basically what transpired. We had a case building, and or the facts were building, and we were able to put the pieces together. And we've been able to also put the pieces together with your help, Kim's help. Story, and then there's the truth. And that's with anything in life, Royce. Anything in life is like that. You know? Someone's always going to say something that's going to make themselves look good, even in a bad situation. They're telling the truth, they're also lying. And we've got to sort through all the BS.
Can I ask you guys, is there a way to find out if Kim is pregnant?
Well, we can't run a test. Now, we can tell medical, and medical might be able to do something, the medical portion of the jail. They possibly could do some type of test or have her taken to UTMB to test and see if she is pregnant. And if we find out, if you're asking us, if we find out, we'll tell you.
Yeah, that's
We don't have a problem with that.
I really would like to know, because if I find out that she's been lying to me since August about the pregnancy,
Well, don't think about that right
I feel
now.
like I'm going to be like a biggest damn fool ever.
Well, don't be too concerned about that right now, okay? But you've got to convince those people over there that you're not going to hurt yourself.
I'm not going to hurt myself. I mean, I will. I want to see my parents again. I mean.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I've tried to tell them that, but the thing is, I cannot stand that room. I mean, literally, that room was just driving me nuts all this morning and today.
Okay. Well, we'll express your concerns, and you do the same when you go back over there.
Well, I've tried to express my concern.
Well, they're not going to listen to you right now, because all they know is what we told them, and that was he attempted to hurt himself or kill himself a week ago. If they should have asked you the question today, and if your answer was, I tried to hurt myself last week, they're going to cover themselves, and you have to understand that. They don't want to go check and buy a cell someday and you're sitting there dead.
I promise you, I'm not going to do that. And in fact, I even was truthful with them when I told them, look, I tried and made an attempt last week, but I'm not going to try it because I don't want to do it.
Well, beating your head against the wall is not going to help
But
matters
the
either.
fact is, I can't stand the isolation in that room.
We will express to them your concerns, okay? Let me tell you something else. I don't know what the financial status is of your family, but this is the way the courts look at it. If you can afford to make bond, you can afford to pay for a lawyer. That's how they look at it, pretty much. So think about that. I don't know if you want to get out of jail or if you want to try to save some money.
I don't think I'll even get approved for a bond.
Well, right now your bond is at $350,000.
Did my dad say anything about paying the bond?
We didn't ask. We didn't ask.
Because he's the only one that would be able to.
Royce likely believed that if he placed more of the blame on Kimberly, it might lighten the consequences for him. But the truth was, it was already too late. It didn't matter who struck the final blow, or who held her down the longest. In the eyes of the law, both Kimberly and Royce were responsible for the brutal, senseless death of a 2-year-old little girl. In April 2009, Kimberly Dawn Trenner was found guilty of capital murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Later that year, Royce Clyde Zeigler II was also convicted of capital murder. He, too, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Both would spend the rest of their lives behind bars for what they did to Riley. In the aftermath of the trial, investigators revealed that Riley had endured months of escalating abuse. Her short life ended in a moment of horrific violence. But the truth is, the suffering began long before that final day. The case of Baby Grace shook Texas and beyond, becoming a stark reminder of the unthinkable tragedies that can happen behind closed doors. A reminder of the importance of protecting children, of listening to those who notice the signs, and of not turning away when something feels wrong. Riley Ann Sawyers, Baby Grace, finally got her name back, and justice was served for the tiny life taken far too soon.